very kind of you. Perhaps we do have a few minutes.
I've read almost everything you've written. The articles, the stories. Oh, I love the one about... Every time I think I can't control myself.
Really? Well, which story is that?
Well, my favorite story is Tolstoy's War and Peace.
Oh, I see.
You asked me to be honest.
Yes. Well, you're an honest little thing, aren't you? It's refreshing. Irritating, but refreshing. Very well. What are you going to read for me?
I should like to read something from The Three Sisters.
Indeed. Which sister?
All of them, if you have the time.
All of them? Good heavens. Why don't you read the entire play while you're at it?
Oh, thank you, sir. I know it all. Act 1.
No. An excerpt will do nicely. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I would like to do the last moment of the play.
Good. That shouldn't take too long. Whenever you're ready.
I've been ready for 6 months, not counting the 3 months I waited to get on the 6-month waiting list.
Please, begin.
Yes, sir. Oh, sir, could you please say, Tara-ra-boom-dee-ay, sit on the curb by me?
Certainly not. Why would I say such an idiotic thing?
I don't know, sir. You wrote it.
All right. All right. Very well then. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Ta-ra-ra-boom-dee-ay, sit on the curb I may.
And Masha says, oh, listen to that music. They're leaving us. One has gone for good. Forever. We are left alone to begin our life over again. We must live. We must live. And Irina says, a time will come when everyone will know what all this is for. Why there is all this suffering, and there will be no mysteries. But meanwhile, we must live. We must work. Only work. Tomorrow I shall go alone, and I shall teach in a school and give my whole life to those who need it. Now it is autumn. Soon winter will come and cover everything with snow, and I shall go on working. Working. Shall I finish?
Please.
And Olga says, the music plays so gaily, so valiantly, one wants to live. Oh my God. Time will pass and we shall be gone forever. We'll be forgotten. Our faces will be forgotten, our voices, and how many of us there were. But our suffering will turn into joy for those who live after us. Happiness and peace will come to this earth, and then we will remember kindly and bless us, those who are living now. Oh, my dear sisters, it seems as if just a little more and we should know why we live, why we suffer. If only we knew. If only we knew. Thank you, sir. That's all I wanted. You've made me very happy. God bless you, sir.
And she walks off the stage. The stage is empty. And the voice says, will someone go and get her before she walks all the way back to Odessa? More cards.
If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Anonymous.
This is by Albert Einstein. Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe.
I keep telling you I'm not a feminist. I grew up an only child on a ranch, so I drove tractors, learned to ride. When the truck wouldn't start, I went to town for parts. The man behind the counter told me I couldn't rebuild a carburetor. I could. Every carburetor on the place. Well, that's necessity, not feminism. I learned to do the books after my husband left me and the debts and the children. I shoveled snow and pitched hay when the hired man didn't come to work. I learned how to pull a calf when the vet was too busy, as I thought. The cow did most of it herself. They've been birthing alone for 10,000 years. Well, does that make them feminists? Oh, it's not that I don't like men. I love them when I can. But I've stopped counting on them to change my flats or open my doors. That's not feminism. That makes good sense. That's by Linda Hasselstrom.
First time I read that, I thought of Kira. And the first time I read this, I thought of Kira. This is called The Profile on the Pillow by Dudley Randall. After our fierce loving, in the brief time we found to be together, you lay in the half-light, exhausted, rich, with your face turned sideways on the pillow, and I traced the exquisite line of your profile, dark against the white, delicate and lovely as a child's. Perhaps you will cease to love me, or we may be consumed in the Holocaust. But I keep against the ice and the fire the memory of your profile on the pillow. You want to introduce this one?
No, you do it much better than I do.
All right, this is the one I have to put my glasses on because the print is so small, and it's really ironic because this is a scene from Deep Space Nine, from an episode entitled Necessary Evil. And it's actually the first time, it's a flashback scene, some of you may remember, in which Odo and Kira meet for the first time. And it was at the end of that episode that the powers that be decided that Odo was in fact in love with Kira. But this is the first time. This is when Deep Space Nine was Terak Nor, and Kira is sitting in the, what was it called? The replomat? No, the cafeteria. What did we call it?
The mess hall kind of thing. I remember I was eating a huge thing of oatmeal.
Right. Anyway.
What was it called?
Anybody know what it was called where we ate? Never mind.
I don't know.
Anyway.
First time.
Usually you guys know all that stuff. So Kira's sitting at the table eating, and Odo walks up to her, stands there, looks down at her, and he says, do you mind if I join you? Pretty girl like you shouldn't be eating alone.
I don't do whatever it is you want. Not for money, not for food.
No, you misunderstand. I'm sorry, of course. I can see how you could, let me start over.
Are you some kind of security officer?
How do you know that?
You are, aren't you?
Unofficially, I suppose that's true.
Unofficially. What's that supposed to mean?
Gul Dukat asked me to investigate the murder of a Bajoran man named Vatrik. I understand you knew him.
Who says I did?
His widow.
I suppose she also told you that I killed him.
Did you?
No.
On the contrary, you were in love with him.
No.
But he was in love with you.
No.
It doesn't sound like much of a romance.
Well, we weren't having a romance.
Then why would he tell his wife you were?
You'll have to ask him.
If you were having an affair, I promise you I'll find out about it.
All you're going to find out is that I have been here for 2 weeks. I met the man right after I arrived. He had Corellian ginger tea. How he managed to get it, I don't know, but I happen to like ginger tea. We became friends. Maybe he was attracted to me. It never went anywhere. Why do you think Ducat wanted you on this investigation?
I'm sure he had good reasons.
Why not his own security group?
No Bajoran would talk to them.
That's never stopped the Cardassians before. They have ways of getting their information. Something to think about.
Where were you last night?
I was at the bar. I heard the Ferengi are allowed to hire some Bajorans for the dog work. It's better than the mines.
You haven't spent any time in the mines.
How do you know?
Your hands.
You're not bad at this. You're right. My last job was in a replicator plant on Bajor.
You're not allowed to quit those jobs. What happened?
I hit a supervisor for trying what I thought you were trying a few minutes ago.
Well, I appreciate your restraint this time. You're not planning on leaving the station soon.
If I were, would you have the Cardassians stop me?
Yes.
Then I'm not planning to leave the station soon. Let me tell you something, unofficially or not. You're working for the Cardassians. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to choose whose side you're on.
I don't choose sides.
Everybody has to choose sides. Constable.
And this is a poem called Remember by Christina Rossetti. Remember me when I am gone away, gone far away into the silent land.
When you can no longer hold me by the hand, nor I half turn to go, yet turning stay.
Remember me when no more day by day you tell me of our future that you planned.
Only remember me. You understand it will be late to counsel then, or pray.
Yet, if you should forget me for a while, and afterwards remember, do not grieve.
For if the darkness and corruption leave a vestige of the thoughts that once I had,
Better by far you should forget and smile
then you
than
should
that you should remember
and
and
be
be
sad.
sad. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Come on, you can do better than that. Let's have a big hand for René Auberjonois and Nana Visitor. Come back out here, you guys. Let's get it back out. Come on. René, Nana, come back out here. Come on. We love you. Cross our hearts. Well, thank you so much. That was amazing. And thanks so much for Nana and René for sharing that with us. We really appreciate it. We have about a 10-minute turnaround. Now we've got a couple of music videos, and then we'll bring it on that handsome cut-up Jonathan Frakes. So stick around. We'll be back in 10 minutes with more fun.